Many people, organizations, and corporations have come together to help Morakot victims. For example, Zhanghua Post will deliver relief packages to disaster areas free of charge and increase their delivery schedule. Meanwhile, Taipei High-Speed Rail is setting aside 90 free-of-charge seats on every train, specifically for NGOs and government agencies heading to disaster areas for the next 30 days.
To accommodate the many volunteers aiding Typhoon Morakot relief efforts, Taiwan High-Speed Rail has decided to help with transportation.
On every train, we provide 90 free seats for government agencies and philanthropic organizations.
Reservations should be made 90 minutes before departure by organizations and agencies. Stations in disaster areas are expecting large traffic.
We're very sad by what we saw. We have to do something.
Providing more than 300,000 free seats till September 11th, Taiwan High-Speed Rail hopes to ferry everyone's love to disaster areas. Zhonghua Post has also decided to help in the relief efforts by delivering all aid packages under 30 kilograms to disaster areas for free.
We will deliver to Red Cross, for example, in Jiayi, Tainan, or Kaohsiung, or we can deliver to Pingtung County or Taidong County government. Just label clearly on the package to disaster areas. We will deliver it for free.
Most people send bottled water, dry goods, clothes, and other daily necessities to disaster areas. The Postal Service has increased delivery runs accordingly.
The first truck left this morning from Pingtung County government to Donggang. We deliver 500 cases of bottled water along with some donated items from our staff.
Due to the urgency of the disaster relief, all packages are treated as top priority and can arrive on the same day. This relay of love hopes to provide flood victims with the supply they need.
To help provide victims with the supplies they need, the Tzu Chi Foundation officially established a Typhoon Morakot Relief Fund on Tuesday. Donors from all over the world can now deposit directly into a special post office account. Staff at Tzu Chi Foundation's various units and departments are donating whatever they can to help their compatriots in the affected regions to rebuild their lives.
On Wednesday, August 12th, Tzu Chi August 8th Flood Relief Coordination Center in Hualien established its official relief fund. Donations from all over the world may now be used to help the Morakot victims along their road to recovery.
We hope that this account will be receiving the love from more people in all corners of the world to support our compatriots. Like I said, when disaster strikes, help comes streaming in. This is a time when we need people to contribute their money and efforts.
Staff members of all the departments and units within the foundation are digging into their pockets. Hualien's Tzu Chi Hospital Superintendent and Vice Superintendent each donated $30,450, and during lunch breaks, nurses at the hospital come forth to contribute.
We need as much support as possible for post-disaster reconstruction. The most direct way is through donations. We must do what we can to provide emotional and practical assistance to disaster victims.
Staff at Tzu Chi schools are also joining in by donating electronically. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi construction personnel contribute the bamboo coin banks that they have been saving.
We can't go and help at the disaster scene because we have to work. So I want to donate to help disaster victims.
Simple compassion for typhoon victims has galvanized all Taiwanese people into action to contribute their love and care to help the needy emerge from their pains and rebuild their shattered lives with courage and faith.
Tzu Chi United States officially began a fundraising drive for Typhoon Morakot victims at all of its 9 regional offices on Tuesday. Through the DaAi channel, as well as local media, the American public has learned about the destruction Morakot has inflicted on Taiwan. In response, people have been pouring into local Tzu Chi offices to make donations.
Hot off the press, these fundraising posters will be sent to all Tzu Chi offices in the U.S. Mobilizing as many Tzu Chi volunteers as possible, the national U.S. fundraising drive for Typhoon Morakot relief in Taiwan kicked off on August 11th.
We will be going to the streets to canvass on the weekends of August 15th and 22nd. At the same time, we would like to appeal to the public to help people in Taiwan.
In addition to large-scale weekend fundraising efforts, volunteers are also soliciting support through social networking websites. Media coverage of Morakot's Trail of Destruction had viewers inundating city offices across the U.S. asking what they could do to help. Many corporations have also donated to Tzu Chi.
For instance, Cathay United Bank's charity fund and employees have shown their support. There's also a donation of $300,000 coming in. Tzu Chi always arrives at the disaster scene first and stays until the very end.
U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers are ready to walk the streets with donation boxes to amass the love of the locals for the Typhoon Morakot victims in Taiwan.
In Taiwan's eastern county of Taidong, the Taimali Railroad line and highway were broken by the violent floodwaters of the Taimali River. Consequently, 3 local villages and 2 rural townships, totaling more than 2,500 residents, were cut off from the rest of the island. With uncertainties looming, disaster relief workers arranged slings and a rubber raft in hopes of ferrying across to facilitate rescue operations.
Across Taiwan, rescue workers are braving many dangers. In Taimali, workers have been attempting ferry rubber boats across the river to carry supplies and personnel to stranded flood victims. The Taimali River immediately began to swell on August 8, when Morakot first hit. The Taimali rail line, highway, and lines of communication were cut, stranding the residents of 3 villages and 2 townships. News from the area has been scarce, and for these reasons, rescuers are struggling to quickly establish links. Yet getting past the turbulent Taimali River is a very dangerous task. Workers on the opposite bank anxiously try to guide the raft safely to land, but the team is no match for the raging water. The raft capsizes midstream and the rope tying it to land snaps. Fortunately, the passenger is able to grab the flailing rope and is pulled to safety by his comrades. One is hurt in progress of the rescue.
When the rope snapped, it whipped across my body.
With human passage blocked, getting supplies across becomes the next imperative. DaAi Seng, a resident of the stranded Shanglan village, has been working around the clock to get supplies to inland villagers.
We haven't got water or electricity in there, and we've finished off our food stores, so we're contacting the neighboring tribes to try and roust up spare supplies.
We're just supplementing the food to keep them fed. The entire south of Taiwan is one big disaster, so getting them what they need is hard. We need disinfectants and daily necessities, drinking water and sanitation items.
All across Taiwan, people are getting behind their government in support, working to overcome these obstacles to give these inland villagers the aid they so desperately need.